So Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese played yet again, and controversy yet again swirled around last night's game. By the way, Caitlin Clark, Indiana Fever, won that game, and Angel Reese was very frustrated that whole game. Now, she could be frustrated on several levels. She probably was frustrated on her performance. She didn't shoot very well. And it's Caitlin Clark. All right. So before I begin, and this comes at the heels, of news coming out that the WNBA is still not making a profit. Now, the height of the popularity has increased. The talent has increased in the WNBA. But when it translates to income, the WNBA, yet again, consecutively, has not made a profit in this league. And I've seen this movie 1,000 times. I've read this movie 1,000 times on how a player comes into the league, a player that is rising in popularity, that's so talented, a player, a transitional player that's going to change the league. I've seen this with Tiger Woods. I've seen this with Michael Jeffrey Jordan. I've seen this with Kobe Bean Bryant. I've seen this with LeBron James. The list goes on and on and on. Even in the NFL, I've seen this with Tim Tebow, the Tim Tebow effect, and how so many players had animosity for those players. Now, I'm not saying Caitlin Clark is going to be the next LeBron James or the next Kobe Bean Bryant or, the next Michael Jeffrey Jordan. I'm not going to, say that she's not going to win a Super Bowl like Tim Tebow, but even though Tim Tebow was very successful in his career, no one wants to give credit where credit is due. I do see Caitlin Clark's era, the aura around her, I see why she's a likable player among casual WNBA fans. I feel like hardcore WNBA fans recognize her talent. I think WNBA players, past, present, and the future, has a certain amount of respect for Caitlin Clark. I do feel like there's some hidden animosity and hidden jealousy with the current new crop of WNBA players who, let's just face facts and be honest. Caitlin Clark was a thorn in the buttocks of a lot of these female players, no pun intended, and during their collegiate time. And I feel like it has a little to do with that. I think it also has a little to do with the instant mashed potato success Caitlin Clark has had. Getting a major deal with Nike. Even Ice Cube recognized her talent, and Ice Cube was going to fork over dollars over fists for Caitlin Clark to join the Big Three. So I feel that there's some hidden animosity towards all that. I feel like there's some more distaste and disdain from Caitlin Clark because she is the face of the WNBA, like it or not. And I'm a huge Angel Reese fan. But like it or not, Angel Reese, when it's all said and done, more people are going to talk about her than you. Let's just face facts, okay? Now, I don't know if all of this was in Angel Reese's head last night when she pretty much clotheslined Caitlin Clark going to the basket. And I have never been on a professional level. I have been on a collegiate level. I had some time in the collegiate level. I had some time in AU. I had some time in high school. So I understand the mechanisms of basketball. Maybe not to the extent on a professional level, but I do understand The casual fan may not see it. And the hardcore fan may, if you're a fan of Caitlin Clark, you're going to scream to the high heavens that that was wrong. And if you're a casual, it's just going to miss you. It's not going to resonate. So there's no need for me to continue to argue with you. But I will say this. Angel Reese is more, can we all admit that Angel Reese is more athletic than Caitlin Clark? Now, Caitlin Clark is more skilled sound than Angel Reese. But Angel Reese heavily depends on her athleticism. And the funny thing about athletic players, they can dictate what type of foul they're going to give when they're defending the ball. Now, if you look at that video, there's no way in God's loving earth Angel Reese was going to contest that basketball. And that was not a basketball play. But I have seen this done. And when you grow weary and tired of someone just dominating you and kicking your back in, and you feel some animosity towards that individual, if you're an athletic player, if you see them going to the hole and you're following behind them, and you could athletically catch up to them, but you slow down just a little bit, so when they get ready to attack the basket, you just give them a shot. Now I'm not a push in the back, but just a rough foul. Okay? And that's just you letting the other player know, okay, I'm getting tired of you. Okay? I'm getting tired of you kicking my can up and down this court. I can't beat you skill-wise, so I'm just going to beat you physically. Okay? As far as my athleticism can take me. And that was the main essence of that play in that clip. You could tell that Angel Reese was frustrated. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of layers of her frustration, her performance, the team's performance, how they defend, Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark is got the best of them in that game. And also, along that, Caitlin Clark, this popularity. Everyone loves Caitlin Clark. She's the media darling. She's the quote-unquote savior of the WNBA. A lot of mainstream media personalities are in support of Caitlin Clark, and it's growing by the second. And it's just not a lot of people vocalizing, hey, Angel Reese deserved the spotlight too. Now, I feel like Angel Reese is going the wrong way with it. You're just going to have to call it for what it is. I understand that you want to share the spotlight with Caitlin Clark, but let's just be real here, Angel Reese. And I'm an Angel Reese fan. I'm going to say this again. I love Angel Reese more than Caitlin Clark. I love LSU basketball. That's how strong of connection I have with LSU basketball. And I think Angel Reese is an underdog, and she's been fighting and crawling. I totally respect the Angel Reese story. But outside from all that, Angel Reese, you're going to have to wake up, smell get you a cup of Joe, smell the flowers, and let's come into reality land for a second. If you want the WNBA in a place where it can support itself financially, if it can support itself when it comes to popularity and separate and cut their ties with the NBA, if you want the WNBA to start making a profit and not be on this consecutive losing streak of hemorrhaging money, if you want the WNBA players, I'm speaking to Angel Reese and anyone else out there, if you guys want the respect and you want to be on the same page as NBA players, where you fly in first class jets, you packing arenas, You getting endorsement deals, multi-million-dollar endorsement deals, and the list goes on. Signature shoes and things of that nature. Popular signature shoes. Not just signature shoes, popular signature shoes. If you want all those accolades that the NBA has been appreciative of having, of the NFL that has appreciated, is being very appreciative of what they have. And if you want the WNBA to have their own TV revenue stream where networks are fighting to put WNBA games on their networks or on their streaming services, and you're making money hand over fist, if you want all that, you're going to have to, all that is tied into casual fans. And casual fans will spend their money. And there's more casual fans than hardcore fans. I know a lot of people disagree with what I just got through saying, but it's just the facts. Casual fans, there are more casual fans than hardcore fans. Casual fans come and go. Casual fans go, they support anything, even though if they don't know the backstory of what they're supporting. And if you want all those accolades, Angel Reese, as well as the WNBA players, y'all going to have to ride the face of Caitlin Clark. And what that's going to, that didn't sound right. Ride the face of Caitlin Clark. But you get my message. Y'all going to have to, if you want all that, you're going to have to be in unison supporting the Caitlin Clark effect. Similar to what Bill Laimbeer, Isaiah Thomas, and the Detroit Pistons finally came in agreement. It took them a minute that, hey, even though we feel like this is our league, Michael Jordan is the face of the NBA. We're just going to have to face facts and face reality. Now, it came later on after their playing years and things of that nature, but now they are in agreement, even though Isaiah Thomas and Michael Jordan has some type of murder beef with him not being selected on the Olympic team. And, a lot of players who had a disdain for LeBron James when they came out of the league, they're starting to appreciate. I mean, I thought, they always appreciated LeBron James, but I feel like there's a lot of players that had some hidden animosity towards LeBron James. And the same goes with Kobe being Bryant. I mean, I've seen this movie, guys, on and on and on, and it doesn't end well with people holding on to hostility and frustration and animosity and jealousy towards the media darling. Anyone that's smart comes to the realization that, hey, this is what it is and I can't change it. So how can I build my portfolio on top of this? How can I build my image on top of this or along this? And that's what Angel Reese is going to have to come to the conclusion of, because if there was no Caitlin Clark, the WNBA wouldn't get all this popularity. They'll get some, but not as much popularity as what they're getting now. You wouldn't have packed arenas. You wouldn't be talking about WNBA players traveling first class. But if there was no Angel Reese and there was a Caitlin Clark, everything that's happening now would be happening. It will be happening due to the Caitlin Clark effect. I mean, it is what it is. We all have co-workers that management is that they're the they're their is the favorite, is the pet, is the teacher's pet, so to say. We all have worked with co-workers like that it's just when they come in, their day is just so easy and breezy and pleasy, and managers love them. They're the manager's darling. Everyone had that one student in school or in college that the professors and the teachers and the dean all adored them, and we had to fight and crawl to get what we got. Okay, it has happened in every corner of life. And Angel Reese is just going to have to wake up and smell the roses and get a cup of joe and just deal with it. There's nothing you can say or do that's going to change this momentum. This momentum is still in part of Caitlin Clark. It's the Caitlin Clark effect. Okay. And now you're starting to see younger female basketball players try to reproduce Caitlin Clark's skill set. And there is a place in the WNBA for athleticism. There is a place in the WNBA for being physical. There is a place in the WNBA for all the other things that make basketball what basketball is. But let's just face it. There's two ways this league is going to get, well, there's three ways this league is going to get popular. A face that the casual fans are going to link to, like Caitlin Clark. Or you could just shoot lights out in the gym, shooting or dunking. Those are the only three things that's going to get the WNBA out of its hole of consecutively hemorrhaging money. And that's pretty much all I got to say. I know people in the comment section are going to say otherwise, but look, I'm not I like Caitlin Clark. I don't have no animosity towards Caitlin Clark. I'm more, if I had to choose between the two, I would still choose Angel Reese over Caitlin Clark. But what my opinion is and what your opinion is has nothing to do with the WNBA popularity or financially supporting itself. Because once the WNBA financially support itself, it can sever its ties with the NBA. They can get TV deals, they can get brand deals, things of that nature. And the players will also benefit as well as getting brand deals, and sky's the limit. Okay? But before we get there, we got to cling on to something that make the casual fans watch our games, that support our league. And right now it's Caitlin Clark. Until otherwise, until there's another woman that comes out from the WNBA draft that shoots better than Caitlin Clark, has a better mid-range, a better three-point percentage, and then people would be, connecting their anchors or sales to that individual. Okay? But yeah, it is what it is. But guys, tell me what you think. I mean, to be perfectly honest with you, all the things Angel Reese can do, I respect, but none of that stuff translates into popularity. It translates to basketball. It translates to winning. It translates for Angel Reese to get better consistently, but it doesn't translate into popularity of the WNBA. It doesn't translate into revenue. I'm sorry. The WNBA is either going to shoot, they're going to have players that can consistently shoot lights out the gym, or have a player that can dunk consecutively, or they need a face, a media darling that casual NBA fans gravitate to, and that's Caitlin Clark. Guys, tell me what you think. Rate, comment, subscribe. I'm out of here. Deuces.